war? Never anymore. It might have been justifiable at some occasions, but now it is not justifiable, basically. And this is a big crisis of this time, is people realizing that. They still think that this and that is righteous, you know. In ancient time, I think it might have been like a war of self-defense in some case. And there are precise conditions laid down in different traditions about the just war sort of thing. Holy war is not justifiable. That's an abuse and an atrocity in the name of religion, holy war. Just to impose ideas and dogmas and propaganda on people is completely unacceptable. But for example, if some aggressor was coming into your country who might kill a lot of your people, and if by resisting them in an organized manner you could prevent them from killing those other people and also inflict minimal damage on this, just defend yourself. You know, there were rules like that about war in ancient time, which might have been justifiable. But those, I think, no longer work. I don't think war is, period, justifiable today. And that's the great lesson of the 21st century, is that it's no longer justifiable. Who can win a war now? Terrorism. They say war on terror. But what is terrorism? Terrorism is the negative attitude of individuals amplified to the degree where they are to the power of what a nation can do. An individual with a dirty nuclear device can do what centuries ago only a whole huge hordes of nations could do. And now one person can do it. So that means you can kill a whole nation, but there's one or two survivors, and they find a little high tech, or their grandson does, and then they come back and get revenge. So there's no way of winning a war, basically. It's impossible. You know, you can crush down this person and that person, and another one will come in their place. And the power with which they can come, because of the inventions, you know, with which we've magnified our hatreds and magnified our destructiveness, is so great that it is simply counterproductive. You know, since the nuclear arms race began 50 years, 60 years ago, it's unthinkable with the amount of enmity and hatred that has gone back and forth between the Russians and the Americans and this and that, and then the racial stuff, that there was no war. But they couldn't do it. Many times those leaders wanted, they reached for buttons. They got to like a certain distance and they couldn't do it because they realized they were destroying themselves. So this is, I think that war is never justified. The only war that could be declared now, you know, they always doing war on drugs, war on this and that, one ineffective war after another. The only proper war is war on war. That we'll accept. War on war. And that we could win because we have to.